Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a pretty cool one for you. We're gonna demo this EGO Commercial Grade CSX5000 chainsaw. I'm gonna make this big log into small logs in hopes to make some firewood. Let's get after it. Okay, so let's go over a couple of the specs. And again, most of these specs are gonna be easily found on EGO's commercial grade website, but I'll share a few with you right now. This has a 20-inch bar. Of course, it's got that integrated lock, just like you're familiar with on any kind of gas chainsaw. I have the ability to change out and use whatever battery I want. EGO does recommend an 8 amp hour battery with this. Today, we have got it outfitted with a 4 amp hour battery, so we'll see how she performs with that. You can put any of the EGO batteries in here. It's just gonna add an extra power when I go with an 8 amp hour or bigger. I do have a nice digital display on the back, so I have great telemetry telling me, my chain speed, telling me my battery power life that's left. It's also gonna tell me whether or not my light is on or off. And yes, that's right, this does come with an integrated light in there. Maybe you've seen my other previous EGO chainsaw videos. They do a nice job of putting a light on the machines. It's not something I'm generally familiar with on chainsaws. I'm super familiar with them, but they just don't usually have lights. The lights is kind of a really nice thing for safety. Additionally, it helps me to see exactly where I'm gonna get cut, and then, keeps me aware if it's limited visibility of any kind of challenges or metal that may be in the wood. So it's a really nice thing to have that. All right, checking out this display on the back. It is a full color display, which is really awesome. It does have the ability for me to look at the different blade speeds. It gives me a visual representation of my bar oil level, which is really nice. That's one of the things that, you have to actually look on a regular chainsaw on the side of it. This does have a nice translucent tank, and it's got a little minimum level on there, so you can keep aware of that level, but it's also nice that it's on the digital display in the back. And then it's gonna show you the load rating, so how much load is being put on this unit. I think we've talked about it a little too much already. I'm gonna go ahead and get to cutting. Let's see how this thing performs, and we'll kind of make it a final wrap-up assessment at the end. Okay, let's get suited up. So far, so good. Again, this thing is nice. Of course, I've got a nice full chisel chain. EGO claims that this is about the equivalent of a 60cc chainsaw. So I can tell the power is pretty decent. This thing seems to be doing really, really nicely. I've got a nice big spike on here so that it will actually be pretty aggressive when I'm going into the wood. So that's nice to have. They are metal spikes. I've seen some lesser performing models not have the metal spikes. They just have some plastic ones. So this is nice. Very nice, durable construction. It looks like it's got a long lasting ability. They claim it's IPX5 rated. So really, really resistant to the elements, which of course, something like this is going to be put through the paces and it's going to be in the elements a lot. Well, I gotta say, pretty decent tool. I like the fact that all of the major components on this are metal. So I've got a nice metal cover. I have, a very standard style tightening mechanism on my chain, which I'm very, very familiar with. I like it. Again, just like all the EGO products that we've got out there, this thing is just, if you're already immersed into the EGO universe, this is just another great addition to the collection. This thing had performed very well. Nice big thick logs cutting through it like butter. Decent chain on there. I don't know what else to say other than that brushless technology has come so far that it's darn near become the great equalizer in all of these gas-powered tools out there. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this demo of the CSX5000 commercial grade EGO chainsaw. It was a pleasure working with it. It definitely feels nice in the hands. I really like it. It looks like it's built strong. Time will tell. I will check back in with you. I do like the ergonomics. I like the wraparound handle. It is a nice piece of kit. I'm excited to put it into some oak. That'll kind of be my next adventure here. We'll put it into some actual good hardwood and we'll see how she performs. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you again next time on the Papé Toolkit. Thanks. Hi, my name is Jason Hughes. I'm a territory manager out of Eugene, Oregon. I'm also a large property owner and own a lot of the equipment that you see featured in these videos. I hope you find this content helpful. If you have any questions, please comment below.